they will deliver to you, but they don't compromise on their fees. So, but they will deliver. Yemi, I don't think Yemi has a failed transaction. If a transaction failed, it would be because Daniel Ford did their part and you are not able to complete your part as the transacting party. The discipline and the dexterity with which they go into the negotiations. And you know, sometimes you see a property advertised for X amount of money, and then Yemi will tell you, don't worry. I keep saying Yemi because that's the person I deal with. But then I know he has a lot of other very competent people around him. And under the table and behind the background, I'm sure they do a lot of those things. And he said, don't worry, we'll get it for this price. How he does it, I honestly don't know. But he delivers on those things. I can remember a particular transaction, London House. I think we bought London House for £2.9 million. We did some renovation. We sold it for over £4 million after about 4 years. That's impressive. And everything came through the involvement of Daniel Ford in both the acquisition, the refurbishment, and the eventual sale. After living there for about 3 to 4 years, I made good money out of it. He didn't ask for a share of that money, but he made money during the acquisition. He made money as fees during the acquisition, and he also collected during the eventual sale, double money. But it's okay. He gave me value, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I've been dealing with Daniel Ford as far back as 2008, 2007 actually. 2007. That's how many years from now?
Just under 20 years. Under 20 years.
Well, that's a long time. Okay. Yeah, it was a small company at that time. Yemi was a young man with a lot of young girls around him, but all of them have become madams now. Yeah, it's been awesome. I remember the first transaction I brought onto the table for him. That was the one bed. I can't remember the name of that property. That you had one young man who was taking me around. If you remember, I don't know the name of that. Chu. Yeah, Chu.
He said this man is not serious.
Chu. And you know, I kept pricing down from, I think it was £200,000. I kept pricing, and I think at some point the guy said no. He stopped talking to me. So, but we've moved on from that. It's been tough. Yemi brings something onto the table. I can tell you that you look at the portfolio today, you look happy, but none of them came as additions with ease. Yemi would always push you and stretch you. You would always look at how to restructure this one, take money out of this one, use it to complete that one. And not many people would put that on the table for you. Which means that he wasn't just looking at things from doing a deal and moving on. He was looking at you as a portfolio advisor in terms of what your portfolio should be and how you can get there. That's not something that is normal as part of your responsibilities. He will look at you, look at your cash flow and said, I have something for you. You remember the days when we used to do auctions? Yeah. He will send me the auction book, I'll look at it, we'll discuss it. Even when you look at it and you get scared, he said, no, don't worry, we can structure it. And he'll come back to you with a plan. So, I mean, I'm impressed. You know, there's something I need to mention. Getting those things done is one thing. Getting them done in a manner in which it can stand a test of close scrutiny is something else. They are two different things. I can tell you for free that after I left office, as a routine, you get investigated. And I'm so happy that that investigation we were able to have documents and proof and everything as to how each property was bought and how it was funded without having to go back to start searching record. Everything came from Daniel Ford because they had full records. And because we're also very straightforward, you did the mortgage on this one, released equity on this one. For me, that's value addition that I cannot quantify. So I would have been in a very serious situation if they didn't have those records and if we didn't do those transactions in the manner in which we did them. And that's very unique for me.